Your Highness? May I step in? Allow me to interrupt your preparations for the day. I have some news to share. Their Majesty restructured the organization of our defense protocols, and it's been decided that I am to be reassigned to you. Right. Yes. I completely agree. I didn't think I'd find myself in this position either. It's rather inconvenient. I find this arrangement far from ideal, and I have much better ways to use my time, but it was insisted upon. I'm yours to command. I'm at your disposal, within reason and only as my honor compels. As my contract holder, Their Majesty still holds the superior authority over me. Despite these new circumstances, their word is the only one I must obey unfailingly. So, Your Highness, what do you have planned today? That sounds pleasant enough, I suppose. I regard Duke Elibern as one of the least insufferable nobles here. Must be because his land lies so far away from the conniving and cutthroat politics of the capital. Those western territories are notoriously rebellious, but there's a reason they all follow Elibern's lead. You'll like him. I personally think he smiles far too much, but your meeting with him will run smoothly. I'm sure of it. And if anything in the course of the conversation steers awry, I'll step in and help. I'll be there. Oh, interesting. And Their Majesty is aware of this private meeting with Duke Elibern? That is very, very interesting. What, so I'm meant to act as a guard dog? Expected to follow you around, be left outside of meetings, and sitting, staying, barking and biting on your command? Need I remind you that I am the... Yes, that's right. The all-powerful Lord of Demons, no less. Do I really say my title that often? Well, in any case, if you ever wish to share the details of this confidential conversation, my previous statement still holds. I'll be here. I received the tonics you sent me for the hangover. They didn't work, of course. Not fully. Human medicines rarely do. They rehydrated me and cleared my mind a bit, but they couldn't do anything about the pain. Anyway, I just wanted to say, not thank you, of course. I don't say thank you, but I thought the sentiment was considerate and helpful. I just wanted to let you know. Your Highness, 2 weeks ago, at the welcome reception banquet, I was not myself. I usually take pride in my control over my vices and impulses, but I'll admit, I've had better moments. We'll be spending a bit more time together, you and I just wanted to let you know. I feel obligated. No, isn't the right word. I must confess, Oh. Yes, right. Exactly. Precisely my thoughts. That's what I want to. That's what I wanted to say. Consider the whole thing forgotten. Everything that was said and done. Like it never even happened. Perfect. Oh no. No, no, no. I wouldn't ever dream of it. This is most certainly not an apology. I do not. Finishing my sentences already? You're right. I don't say sorry. You know me too well. Soon I fear you'll tire of me. But I'm glad we're moving forward. I didn't want to have this hanging over us and affecting all of our interactions. Seeing you and not being able to talk to you after all that happened was, well, painful. Painfully awkward, I mean. So I guess all I really want to say is, not thankful, and I'm not sorry. Naturally. Well, now that that's settled, let's head to Duke Ellerbrin's Ravier residence. It's across the city, right? Good, then I'll just open up a... You know what? I like walking. I'm in the mood to walk today. Let's walk. After you, Your Highness. I knew you wouldn't leave that alone. You're so nosy. Leave at least a bit of my pride intact, will you? Remember when you abandoned your carriage and we walked to Ravier together? And I told you that I couldn't perform long-distance traveling magic anymore? Well, evidently, that applies to even short-range traveling magic now, among others. Really rubbing salt into the wound. Knowing you, I should have expected you were capable of such torture. It's unpredictable at best now. But most of the powers relegated to primordial mysteries are barred from me now. Celestial, gravitational, temporal, spatial, cognitive, and entropic magic are all out of reach. Probably has something to do with... Shouldn't have even mentioned it. Telling you might bring down the mood a bit. It was, admittedly, slightly out of character for me. Still want to hear why? Okay then. If only to build on this precarious trust, but no pity. I don't want this to alter your perception of me. Rest assured, I'm still just as... How did you describe me? Cruel and cold-blooded and heartless as I've always been. I'd been siphoning for myself for a while now. Your twin has an uncanny talent for getting into fatal predicaments. It was fine at first. Restrictions here and there, a blood sacrifice now and then, to heal their majesty. It was fine. Maybe I wouldn't be able to perform summons or possess lesser Everwastes creatures for days. What was the harm? And if I grew a bit weaker after each battle, if I healed a bit slower each time, then so what? What good was I to their majesty if I couldn't give them at least that? What good was I if I couldn't give them all of me? You'd be surprised about what you'd be willing to sacrifice to save your world. Drained to the dregs, and you'd still find ways to scrape up more of yourself to surrender. And then, at the Battle of Airsong, their majesty wasn't breathing. No pulse. I could feel them slipping away, leaving me. So I gave up my immortality to save them. An infinity's worth of life in exchange for one. Ugh. I can't believe you just made me say that. Ugh. Mortality has made me feel so... Ugh. And because I'm mortal now, accessing those abilities normally granted to deathless beings has been... consistent. It's strange. Around their majesty, I was always so certain of everything. My purpose, who I was, who I cared about. And now, all of that is gone. I don't have my powers, and I don't even have... Anyway, boo-hoo, woe is me. A true tragedy that my stunning beauty and legacy end in this era, but oh well. That's life, I guess. Mortal life, as it were. And a good thing too. I'll only have a mere few decades left of this miserable existence, so I won't be troubled with having to suffer for all that much longer. Oh no. No. Of course not. Never. Majesty never knew, and never will know. Those were all my decisions to make, and I'm glad I made them. But their majesty would feel guilty. You know this. They'd ruin themselves in repayment to atone, or even the scales of whatever virtuous way they'd try to justify it. But I don't want that. Expecting majesty to reward me, to give me something in return, feels disingenuous. Transactional. Like labeling what I did was something you do for a comrade or a soldier in arms. Not something done out of something else. Don't tell them. And I know you have no reason to promise me anything. Certainly no reason to indulge this request. It wasn't even a proper request because I didn't say, well, you already know I don't. Right. I don't say please. But if you feel perhaps a touch less vicious and horrendous and foul today, I would find that nice. Good. A secret, then. Just between us. Precisely. A secret between the spare crown and the What? Defanged? Hey, I am not a defanged Lord of Demons. Okay. You do sort of have a point there. It almost feels unfair to be your new guard in a way, now that I've admitted I've traded away most of my more marketable assets. I'm barely a fighter, barely a mage, barely anything at all now. But I'm yours, if you'll have me. For you, I'm certain I can still find more of myself to give. It is annoying, though. You, your highness, the spare crown, the second-born, are only afforded hand-me-downs. Someone else's rejected, abandoned, discarded leftovers, already all used up and broken. That's a nice way to think about it. Together, huh? We are stuck with each other now. We're bound to be the subject of much gossip, and the target for much more ire and judgment. Well then, let's show the court just how used up and broken we both are. Together. Shall we?